Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, until I did the story digging.
And since then, they've had the worst record in baseball.
Yeah, very bad.
Losers.
Ever since George Brett left.
Yeah, that guy.
Yep.
Losers. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
No playoffs, though, for the Yankees. They were knocked out by the Orioles.
Get the
damn Yankees.
Fuck out.
Yeah. Peace out, Derek Jeter. He's done. So he did have one last, stance. His last game at Yankee Stadium.
A game that didn't matter.
Yeah, had the walk-off RBI. Actually watched that happen.
In a game that didn't matter. Derek Jeter hits a walk-off hit. And then goes out in a blaze of glory.
In a blaze of glory.
You were watching the game?
I was.
Was the crowd just going completely bananas?
It got kind of annoying. It was worse than like an ECW crowd on steroids.
Show your tits.
I wish. It would have been better. Thank you, Jeter. And then they would fade out because they don't know what they're saying because they're dumb New York.
They're like, wait, who's that guy saying?
Yeah, and then like something would happen, like he'd pick his nose or scratch his nuts, and they're like, oh yeah, that's right. Thank you, Jeter.
Everything he does is great. Look at that loogie.
And then their clap would get off like, thank you, Jeter.
Just way off.
Not really.
Like when WWE fans are trying to go along with the flow of a bad character, and they just none of them really care that much, so they.
That's like
all
about
get
every
off
character right now. Yeah.
Yes, Chance, the only thing they can get on target.
Yes, that's not even around anymore. So no more Jeter. Sad times. I will say Derek Jeter has done a pretty good job of just staying low key.
Oh yeah,
as just a celebrity in general. He kind of reminds me of like an old timey ball player that just they were fucking around and doing all kinds of bad shit. But the media had to deal with athletes back in the day. It's like we won't bust you and you don't bust us. Now it doesn't happen, but he finds a way to stay low key.
He does the good type of bad shit. Boning different chicks every night.
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
Especially the chicks he's pulling in.
Mm-hmm.
The tail he's winding.
Whatever that means. Gift baskets too.
That's right. He's showing them the helicopter dick. To impress a chick. Helicopter dick. Jordan Zimmerman throws his first no-hitter. The first one for the Nationals.
Took you long enough. Last game of the season.
Yeah. Almost didn't get it.
Yeah.
Very last pitch of the game. Nails it out. And then I think it was the center fielder that
nice
caught
catch.
it. Yeah, it was a good catch. It was almost not caught. The Marlins are going to make a multi-year offer to Giancarlo Stanton. Even though he got his face all fucked up a couple weeks ago, they're still willing to make that big offer to him.
Hey, porn chicks get big offers all the time when they take one on the face.
That's true. This is a little different, though. This wasn't a white mess. It was a red one.
Yeah, the ball's pretty white.
That's true.
Yeah.
But the liquid wasn't.
No, that's true.
It was rough. Rough. I don't... Just needed something. The D-bags have fired their manager, Kirk Gibson. Yeah. Shocker.
That's what you get for coaching me, or managing. Sorry. This is baseball.
How dare you? How dare you?
Managing the Diamondbacks when you're a Dodger, goddammit.
And just who'd want to manage the Diamondbacks?
Oh, such a putrid
Their nickname
team.
is the D-backs. It's, almost D-bags.
Yeah.
It's because they are the D-bags. Hey, don't swim in our pool.
They don't have the foresight to go, people are going to call us the D-bags if we take this name.
They don't have the foreskin either.
No. They're Jewish.
Pussies. Mm-hmm. Hey, wait a minute. The Twins have fired their manager, Ron Gardenhire. He won 6 division titles in 13 seasons, but no more.
He's been a fantastic coach. That team managers.
God, what are
Once
you?
again. But that team's always overperformed because of his managing. They never go out and sign big name talent.
Hey, they had Delman Young.
Oh, I'm sorry.
A few
Forgot
years
about
ago.
Delman Young.
Yeah. He's the man.
Yeah.
He's on the Orioles now.
Is he?
I didn't know that. I was watching
in the
Jeter's.
playoffs?
Yeah, I was watching Jeter's. So funny. I was watching Jeter's last game, and they showed the Orioles dugout. I was like, hey, that fat face looks like Delman Young.
I used to go to school with that.
And I was hanging out with Midlife. I was like, is he on the Orioles right now? And he's like, I don't know. And I looked up. Sure enough, that fat ass is on the Orioles.
Did he play much this year?
No.
I didn't hear anything.
He was just
about
there. He was just brought in to yell at the Jews. That's all they had him for.
Mm-hmm.
He'd go up in the stands and give the Heil Hitler and start yelling at the Jews. He hates the Jews.
I guess so.
But it's public.
Yeah, it is public.
He got in trouble for it. Mattingly let Juan Uribe manage the Dodgers yesterday. They beat the Rockies 10-5, so maybe he's not such a bad manager. Or it's because they were playing the Rockies.
He's just copying Joe Torre. Joe Torre let Brad Osmus do it a few years ago.
Yeah, but Juan Uribe actually contributes to the team.
That's true.
He
is a player.
He's no backup catcher.
Yeah, he's not the backup catcher that only played 1 year in L.A.
Right. The Brewers are going to honor Bud Selig by retiring the number 1 jersey.
Oof.
I didn't realize he brought Seattle to Milwaukee. I didn't know he bought some bankrupt team and brought him there, and that they were his team, and blah blah blah. You think he might have been a little more easy on Ryan Braun then?
You think?
Yeah.
Well, he did let him get away with it for a little while.
That's true. He let him go the first time. They're gonna retire. He was very like, yeah, thanks guys. This means a lot.
Means a lot to me.
I'd burn his jersey if I could.
If I were the Brewers, I'd be like, I know he brought us here, but God, nobody likes this guy.
He's a cock.
I wouldn't have done it.
No, nobody should do it. I just thought I'd run down this right quick with the MLB playoffs. It's October, people.
And the playoff brackets are set.
Yeah, you think I'm going to read off the brackets, but you're wrong.
What are you doing?
You're not even reading one story at a time.
I know.
You're reading
I just go with you.
Negative two
I'm
stories.
just letting you talk.
I'm going to save the paper next week and not print that rundown. This is MLB postseason odds.
Okay.
And I'll tell you this. Los Angeles World Series is favored.
Of course.
Freeway
the Kershaw
Series.
Greinke pitching duo, and then the LA has just been hot. Or, sorry, Anaheim from LA.
We'll just call them Anaheim because that's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Kershaw versus Weaver going down.
Oh, yeah. Weaver doesn't have a shit on Kershaw. As good as Weaver is,
I hope
Kershaw's
not. I
on another level.
On.
Nobody's going to beat Kershaw.
Yeah. So, anyways, we got some odds here. Odds to win the 2014 American League pennant: Angels 2-1, Tigers 11-4, Orioles 3-1, A's 6-1, and the Royals 7-1. So, surprisingly enough, the A's are not the shittiest.
Even though they're the shittiest team in the playoffs right now.
Yes.
Right.
Weird. I wonder if they're going off of beginning of the season stats.
Guess so.
Pre-trade deadline
jaded.
stats.
Yeah, they're totally. I think it's the Lester Zamerja combination. They think that they'll get it together.
This
But
just said
Lester's
Billy Bean produced this report.
This one right here. Lester's been nothing but average for the A's at this point.
Mm-hmm.
His first game was great, but since then, average.
And all he did they brought him in to replace their best hitter.
Yeah.
Odds to win the 2014 National League pennant: Dodgers 2-1.
Yep.
Nationals 11-5. Cardinals 17-4. Pirates 13-2, and the Giants 1,000,000-1.
Oof. They don't like the Giants here.
It
huh?
totally doesn't say 13-2. It's definitely 1,000,000-1. Odd to win the World Series: Angels 5-1. Dodgers 5-1.
Oh,
same odds. We're gonna see a freeway series, bitches.
so if they play each other, they got the same odds.
It's gonna
to
tie.
win.
It's gonna be a hockey game.
It's gonna keep going.
Nationals 11-2. Tigers 6-1. Baltimore 13-2. Cards 8-1. The A's 11-1. Giants 2,000,000-1. Wow. The Pirates 14-1. The Royals 16-1 odds to win the World Series.
Damn, the Royals make it. They're better than a couple teams, and they still hate them.
Mm-hmm.
I would have the Cardinals higher just because they're the Cardinals. That team just wins in the playoffs.
They do
I'm
pull it
scared
out.
of them.
They do pull it out in the playoffs. So that's your odds. Put your money on the Dodgers because that's where the smart money goes.
I guess so.
But I guess if you're looking to make big money, you go for the Royals, or not the Royals, the A's, or the Royals actually too.
Yeah, 16-1. Just put $5 down. You might win.
Yeah.
What is that? 16 times 5 is 130. No, 80. $80.
Let's say it's less than
$80. $80.
Yes, because 15 times 5 is 75.
Yeah.
You're so smart. Anyways, let's talk about more sports. And by more sports, I don't mean Jay Moore's show, More Sports. I mean
More
other
sports.
Tony Stewart will not be charged in the whole I ran over a bitch thing.
No, the grand jury said, I don't know either.
Well, Kevin Ward apparently was stoned when he got out of his car.
Yeah.
Toxicology shows that he had way too much weed in his system to be racing.
Yeah, it's like he smoked the bowl before he got in the car.
That's hilarious.
That is.
I think that's funny. Not just like, oh, he had a little THC in his system. Said he had significant amounts in his system.
That's crazy to drive a race car like that.
Well, and why would you?
Unless
that
he has
slows
ADHD
down your
and
reflex.
it calms him down.
That's stupid.
Right.
Slows down your reflex and all that stuff.
Yeah, so maybe he caused the accident. And obviously
Maybe
his
he
reflexes
did.
weren't there when that wheel was coming at him.
Yeah, he couldn't jump out of the way quick enough. That's
He
for sure.
killed himself.
He saw it coming in slow-mo.
Ah.
It was like on Tommy Boy when that fly was coming out the window.
Yeah.
No, just can't stop. Yeah? You remember that? You don't, do you?
Hit my music.
Okay, fine. If I could find it.
Body's ready, my heart's on fire. I'm gonna push you over the
UFC 178 was this past Saturday. It was a fantastic card. Obviously, I know you didn't watch it. You were
I was
busy
hammered.
wine tasting.
No, don't tell people that. That'll make me sound gay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was beer tasting.
You were alcohol tasting.
Yeah, booze tasting.
While you were doing that, Demetrius Johnson, par for the course, just defending his title and wiping the floor with his opponent. Defeats Chris Carriaso round
I just
2.
don't like watching those little tiny people fight.
I like watching it.
It's boring.
At
to me.
229 of the second round, he goes from a straight armbar lock to a Kimura lock,
armbar?
and made the guy tap. Treat him like a little baby.
Nice.
It was
because they look like little babies.
It was a whooping.
It's very appropriate.
He does look like, they do look like little babies. Going up a couple weight classes, Donald Cerrone at lightweight defeated Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez making his lightweight debut. Alvarez took the first round with some nice uppercuts in the clinch, but from there, Donald Cerrone just started peppering him with knees in the clinch and kicks to the body, and Eddie Alvarez was obviously slowing. At one point in the third round, he kicked him in the leg so hard Alvarez collapsed, and had Donald Cerrone kept with it, it probably would have stopped the fight, but he went down. He said he was tired, so he went to the ground with him and just finished out the fight there. But Donald Cerrone moves up in the lightweight rankings. The Irishman Conor McGregor, he does what he said he did what he said he was going to do. He said he beat Dustin Poirier by knockout in the first round, and he did so at 146. Very nice footwork, very nice karate-style kicks that he was throwing. It was very, very technical and fun to watch. He's a great fighter, up-and-comer. Conor McGregor there. One of the funniest fights of the night. Yoel Romero defeated Tim Kennedy by punches in the third round. He had handily beat Kennedy in the first round. Kennedy in the second round had him wobbly at the end of the round. He got saved by the bell and was like wobbly all the way to his seat. I would have called the fight at that point. Well, what happened from there is that the coaching staff, when they left the ring, they left him on the stool, so they had to they bought him some time that they had to come back. And instead of just grabbing the stool, they sat there and wiped him down for a minute and took some Vaseline off. They purposely put too much Vaseline on him, so they had to wipe that down, then take the stool. So bought him a few seconds, and Tim Kennedy, rightly so, was pissed off that Big John was letting it go on, the referee, and he was outraged.
Because he's an asshat.
In the third
Big
round,
John.
A few seconds in, he got hit with a big, heavy hand and went down. So,
Big John got hit?
No, Tim Kennedy did. So he had a right to complain.
Mr. Kennedy?
He should have won that fight. I feel bad for him. The best part is, after the fight, they do the interview Joe Rogan does with the winner, and he was asking Yoel Romero about the whole situation. Yoel's like, "Oh, I didn't know I was just doing what I thought I was supposed to do," claiming that he didn't understand English well enough, so that's why it went on. And
I use that excuse all the time.
Yeah, the best part of everything is he's wearing a John 3:16 headband as he cheated to win.
Nice.
Yeah, I love
it's about
irony
right.
like that. Kat Zingano comes back from her devastating knee injury and then loss of her husband by suicide last year and wins her first fight back.
Oh, that's right. How big of a bitch is she?
She's awesome, though. I don't know. She seems like a
Killed
cool chick.
himself.
She's hot and vicious, so
She must be a bitch.
Good in bed.
Horrible to live with.
She wins in round 3 at 121 via nasty TKO. She'll get the next shot at Ronda Rousey. She will be Ronda Rousey's next victim because nobody stands a chance. And finally, Dominic Cruz, the former bantamweight champion of the world, only not the bantamweight champion because he had it stripped when he went out with 2 injuries, was out almost 3 years. Couldn't tell because he goes in and just within 1 minute has Mizugaki taken down with one of the best double leg takedowns I've ever seen. Just looked like he was coming in for a strike and just dipped down, double legged him, upended him, almost landed him on his head, and then
turn down, flip it, and reverse it.
Ground and pound from there that put Mizugaki out at 1 minute and 1 second of round 1. This is Dominic Cruz's first finish in Zuffa that wasn't because of a broken hand. And Zuffa is the parent company of UFC.
Right.
WEC they used to own. That's where Dominic Cruz came from. But a man that's that dominant, the first stoppage he's had in 5 years, I believe is what it is, that wasn't by broken hand. And that was UFC 178. It was fun. And if you didn't watch it, you missed a great card. Moving on.
I missed a great card.
You did. Vanderlay Silva, as we talked about, retired from MMA. What was also banned, it had a hearing go on with the NSAC, Nevada State Athletic Commission, for going out the side hatch of his gym, avoiding a drug test. Last week, the Nevada State Athletic Commission went ahead and banned him from life from fighting in Las Vegas or Nevada and fined him $70,000. And then Vanderlei Silva came
Wait,
out
hold
today.
on. Does he have to pay